If you're just tuning in for today's second date, Jessica is trying to get a hold of a guy named Leo, and her date sounds like an episode straight out of Sex and the City. They went out on the town, they sipped some Mai Tais, they gave each other makeovers, and then they dished about which U.S. president they think are the most bangable.
All right, Samantha.
We got Jessica. Jessica, would you say that's an accurate description of your date?
I would say that's pretty close.
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm one of the girls right now.
Yeah.
She did put some makeup on her date while they were at the bar together, and they ended up making out. But afterwards, Leo has been MIA. So we're going to give him a call right now and find out why Leo has been blowing you off.
And we didn't get to hear, what's your theory?
I don't even have a theory. I just know that I really like this guy, and he's not the same as every other guy here. And so I just really, want to have a chance with him.
Yeah.
Plus, what other guy would let me put makeup on him for like 2 hours at a bar?
Yeah, that could be the problem that we're actually dealing with here. So
Maybe not into you.
we'll find out, though, okay? We're going to give him a call right now and figure out why Leo isn't talking to you, okay?
You got it.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Can I talk to Leo, please?
Speaking?
This is young Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Is this the Leo, perhaps?
Who are you looking for?
It's him.
It's
No,
not
it's
him.
not Leo.
We're looking for
sorry.
Leo who went out on a date recently.
Not Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Well, I'm saying we're looking for Leonardo DiCaprio. If it's him, is it?
I'm not Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
Okay.
Just
I don't even want to do this now.
He has some disappointment, but we still
on.
want to talk to you, Leo.
Yeah. we promise
Leo, we're calling from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh my God, don't sound so dejected.
I'm sorry. Okay. Leo, the reason why we're calling is because you recently went on a date with a girl named Jessica, and she's trying to get a hold of you.
Okay.
This
He's
is
like, what?
this is weird.
Well, obviously, you're not calling her back, and she wants to know why. She says she really liked you.
Oh. She's a nice girl. I just, didn't think there was, anything worth exploring there.
Are you serious? She described the date to us, and it honestly sounded like you guys had so much chemistry from her perspective.
Well, it was fun. She's a fun person. Yeah, she told you about the makeup stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and she said you looked soups cute.
Hey, and to applaud you for being comfortable with your own masculinity. I say kudos, okay?
No, that's not. That was fun. She's a fun person, but, we talked for a long time, and it's, on a date, you're asking yourself, can I realistically see myself with this person? And she said some stuff that made me think, no, probably not.
Aw.
I don't think she realized that she said anything that would change your mind about her at all.
She didn't know that John Lennon died.
What?
Hmm?
John Lennon?
Yeah, like from the Beatles.
Okay.
Yeah?
Why
Okay,
is
so
that
she's not up on Beatles history.
I just feel like that's a bit like, do I want to spend the whole length of a relationship filling in cultural gaps like that?
Are you kidding me? My husband doesn't even know who John Lennon is.
That's a pretty late, old cultural reference.
Yeah.
You're going to hold that against her?
I'm like a pop culture guy. It's like my favorite thing to talk about. And if someone's that checked out on it, I just don't think that it's sustainable.
Mm-hmm. What's the real reason? What's the real reason that you're not calling her back? This is some BS. She doesn't know some dead pop star from 40 years ago? This can't be right.
Dead pop, like the most famous musician of all time.
Well, that's arguable.
It'd be like
Yeah.
not knowing Elvis
I mean,
died.
you could say the Beatles are really super famous, but I wouldn't say John Lennon's the most famous musician of all time.
But wait, was
He's
that
the most famous Beatle, so yeah, I think I can.
Really? Paul McCartney would probably argue against you right there?
Are we really arguing right now about who was the most popular Beatle of all time? Is that what this has devolved into?
I mean, Ringo, right?
No.
No, because it's John Lennon, and everyone should know he got shot.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's what you want us to tell her. That's why you're not calling her back.
You can tell her whatever you want to tell her. I just think it's crazy that she didn't know that. I mean, she says she was too young and wasn't around, but I wasn't around when JFK got shot. I know that happened.
Okay.
He has a point.
I don't know that they're the exact same thing, though, right?
It was pretty close.
Okay. A president being assassinated and John Lennon being assassinated. I mean,
Both American leaders, Brooke.
both big hits on peace, world peace, but not in the same way.
Look, you're all coming after me, but you all know that John Lennon got shot. Like, doesn't that say something?
I mean, you reminded me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you hear that, Jessica? John Lennon getting shot is the reason that Leo has zero interest in dating you.
Wait,
So
what?
how does that make you feel?
Leo, are you freaking serious? You're not calling me back because of stupid John Lennon?
They didn't tell me you were on the phone. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, my God.
I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about because I forgot how this cultural reference works for this show. We don't tell we don't tell people
terrible.
that the other person's on the line listening. So Jessica's actually been listening to this entire conversation, Leo.
I don't believe it.
You're being so judgmental. Like, not everyone my age is going to know facts like that. You might not know that the Notorious B.I.G. died.
Yeah, I know Notorious B.I.G. died. I know Tupac died. I know...
Whoa, wait. First of all, that is, like, not for sure. There's a little controversy behind that. He could still very well be
my
alive.
God.
Oh my
Can
God.
we
You
not
guys,
get into this?
I think you're missing the point here. I think you're missing the point. You had fun with Jessica, Leo.
Yeah, it was fun. Jessica, okay, you're perfectly nice. You're a catch. I just don't think we're compatible, all right?
Oh.
So you need, like, you're looking for a partner that just has, like, a whole list of dead celebrities in their brain. That's what you want? Like, why didn't you just put that on your
I mean,
Tinder
that's
profile?
a weird way to put it, but yeah, I am looking for someone who's, like, plugged into the culture and the lexicon and, like, knows important information about who died when, yeah.
The lexicon? I don't even know who that is.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Hey, Leo, I think you should give her another shot. Listen, my husband knows nothing about pop culture. He couldn't even tell you who is in the Beatles, right? If we're going to go back to Beatles. Let alone could he tell you when B.I.G. got shot. You know, like, and it works. It works for us. We can have different interests and still be in love. That's okay.
Yeah, Leo, you guys have nothing in common, so let's see if you're willing to go out with her on a date.
Come on.
Would you be willing to give Jessica a second chance? We will pay for a second date for you guys.
Absolutely not. And Jessica, just FYI, Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney are still alive, so maybe just jot that down.
Write it down.
That's fine. I didn't want to go out again with you anyway. Obviously, you're way older than I thought.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That was a Beatles burn.
Sorry, Jessica, no second date, but you know who also is still alive? Leonardo DiCaprio. And I really wish that Leonardo DiCaprio had answered this call. Maybe somebody else will come in with...
He would have known about the Beatles.
He would have
come
known.
on.
I gotta say, I'm really excited about today's second date.
You look excited. You got a big smile on your face.
I am.
There,
I can't
buddy.
help it because the
Why?
girl we have on the phone says she went on an incredible date with Leo.
Oh my God.
Wait,
And
like
I-
the Leo?
I cannot wait to find out what a date with Leonardo DiCaprio is
I
like. So,
know.
Jessica,
No, it's not.
come on, girl. Dish. Spill that tea.
Oh, boy. I wish.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I wish. Come on. What's he like?
I think she's going to crush your fantasies, Jeffrey.
So I did meet a guy named Leo on a dating app.
See, Jeff, it's
And
not
it
that.
must be Leonardo DiCaprio because he's obviously on all sorts of dating apps.
He's very attractive. He's got, like, cute sandy brown hair.
Okay, wait, what?
Sounds like Leo to me.
So, did he take you to the Mediterranean or did he take you to the Caribbean? Like, how much did he spend?
I wish I knew.
Wait, is that really what this Leo looks like?
He didn't look exactly like Leonardo DiCaprio, but his hair definitely did, and he just had, like, a very trustworthy look about him.
Oh, man, those are the
Okay.
ones that you should trust least. I'm telling you.
So, what did you and Leo do for your date?
So we met at a bar, and he showed up, like, very confident, and he was like, "Are we going to do this or what?"
Wait, can I ask, though, what did he mean by do this? Like, do the date, do the deed, get drunk? Where is he at?
I think he said, like, "Are we going to do this? Like, are we going to do it?" But
Oh,
I think it was a joke.
you think?
Let's hope.
Did it work on you?
Not at that time, no.
So wait, so the bar was fun, you're saying?
The bar was fun. We hung out for a while and talked about a lot of different things. There was one time where he asked me who my favorite president was.
Okay.
What?
What was
kind
your...
of first date question is that?
I think it's an interesting one. What was your answer?
Of course, I said Grover Cleveland.
Duh.
Of course, yeah. He's a sexy one.
Grover.
Did you have a reason?
Yeah, I mean, Grover, like, you know, from Sesame Street, so obviously that's the one I choose.
Oh my God.
totally
You know
get
what?
you.
United States history classes have done us so good.
So we talked a lot. We got into, like, a conversation about, like, the YouTube shows that we watch.
Okay.
I told him I was really into makeup tutorials, and he didn't really get it. So I was trying to explain it to him, and he still wasn't understanding.
Yeah.
So I decided to show him what it was all about, and I actually gave him a little mini makeup tutorial at the bar.
Wait, he let you put makeup on him?
He did. He was a good sport, and I taught him a thing or two. I put some highlight on him and
What?
showed him, like, the before and after to show that, like, it made his cheekbones pop.
Wow.
Obviously really likes you if he's letting you put makeup on.
Yeah.
Or he really likes high cheekbones, Jose, okay?
He was a believer after that.
Okay.
Oh, so he looked pretty good after you were done making him up.
Yeah, he looked great. His cheekbones popped, as I expected.
Ah.
This sounds like such a fun date. Like, you talked about interesting things, you did silly stuff. Like, why do you think he's not calling you?
Well, I don't know. Like, we even made out at the end.
Ooh.
With your makeup on together? Like, did your eyelashes brush against each other while you guys had a passionate embrace?
No, but my lipstick got on him. His lipstick got on me. It was, like, a little weird, but it was really cute.
Everybody else in that bar must have just been feeling like, what the heck is going on over there?
But then it's like, hey, don't judge. Don't judge. Let him have their
It does
day.
sound like a PDA train wreck,
Yeah.
is what it sounds like. But you were both into it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end, we ended up getting in separate Ubers, and then I haven't heard anything since then.
And how long ago was that?
That's a week.
Oh man, he hasn't called you back at all?
Yep, typical Leo.
Yeah.
One date and then you're probably too old for him, but I guess we'll find out for sure. We're going to play a song, and when we come back, we'll call Leo for you and get your second date, all right, Jessica?
Thank you, guys.
Okay, hold on.
Look, in the oven. It's a cake. It's a pie.
What?
No, it's Captain Casserole. That's right. Able to chop faster than a magic bullet from QVC. More powerful than a ninja food processor. Able to peel a potato with a single slice. Captain Casserole. His food hits your plate and your pants hit the floor.
Get it, Captain
That's his
Casserole.
superpower.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, Jesse is on the phone. Jesse is now better known as Captain Casserole. And why do I call him that? Because Jesse went out on a date with Adrian, and he made her his famous chicken casserole, he says. They ate it. They had a good time. But during that date, he showed her his comic book room. I guess he's a big collector of comic books. And he thinks that she might have been turned off by that because after he showed her that, the conversation seemed kind of forced, and then she left, and now she will only respond to him if he's like, hey, how are you? She'll respond to that, but every time he asks her out, she says she's busy. So we're about to get her on the phone and find out if it was the comic books that turned her off. You ready to go, Captain Casserole?
Yeah, I just want to know. I mean, that's all I can think of is that maybe it was my
Well,
comic book.
let's not forget you're also wearing a Green Lantern ring to top it all off.
I think it's cool. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Captain Casserole. I'm going to be your sidekick. Kid Dyson. Captain Casserole and Kid Dyson.
Dyson, huh?
Yeah. That's a brand of kitchen stuff, isn't it?
No, it's a vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
Yeah.
shows how well I know cooking. All right. I'm going to dial the phone right now. Hey, either way, we can get all the household stuff done. I'll still be Kid Dyson.
Yeah, you can cook, you can clean.
All right, here we go. Kid Souffle may be better. Kid
Cuisinart.
Souffle.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's better.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Adrian, please?
Yes, this is she.
Adrian, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Who is this?
Yeah, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Oh, Okay. What is this regarding?
This is regarding a date that you recently went on. We do I'll tell you what it is before you get too weirded out. We do a segment on our show called The Second Date. You recently went out with a guy named Jesse, and he emailed us about you. So we're calling to find out why you're not calling Jesse back.
Well, this is really weird to be put on the spot like this.
I know, I understand. Do you not want to go out with him again?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, I don't care. You're not saying no to me. You're saying no to him. Why don't you want to go out with him again, though?
So, I mean, I went over to his house for dinner, and he had talked himself up as this really great cook, like one of the best in his circle of friends or whatever. And
yeah, he told us the same thing. He said he was a pretty good cook, and he said that he made you his signature chicken casserole.
Yeah, first off, chicken casserole is not. That's not a food. That's something you take to a potluck. That's something.
I was actually kind of thinking the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's a casserole. It's like a throw-to meal that you do when you're like a working mom.
See, I don't cook. I heard the word casserole, and I was like, wow.
Fancy, right?
That sounds hard.
But, you got to give the guy a break. He's like a single dude, so.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
And I'm a huge foodie, but if it's good. If it's delicious casserole, by all means, change my mind, prove it to me, But it was the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Really? It
Was
was
it
that
like-
bad?
Oh, no.
It was so bad, and he had talked it up so much.
He said that you ate it and seemed to like it.
Well, I was brought up in the Midwest. I have certain manners that I try to,
AKA, you're being
Yeah.
You were being polite.
Yeah.
Was it like can of mushroom soup bad type of casserole?
Oh, it had to have cream of something soup.
Again, I'm not tracking with you guys because cream of anything soup sounds good to me.
No.
Sounds delicious.
No, that cream of mushroom soup that you get at the dollar store and you pull it out and it's like this gelatinous mass. Listen, my grandma used to make that.
Dude, the cream of mushroom soup. I love that stuff.
Okay, well, if you like it so much, fine. But personally, I would not give that slop to my dog.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds like he made a delicious meal to me, but I guess I don't get it. So is that the only reason then that you just didn't like his cooking?
It's one of my deal breakers. One of my priorities is that if I'm going to date someone, he needs to be able to cook. He needs to know how to cook for a woman. He needs to know how to set a table, present a meal.
All right.
Wow.
The comic book thing have anything to do with it? I know that you voiced your concerns about the food. He thought the reason you didn't want to go out with him was his big comic book collection.
Actually, we looked at that stuff after dinner, and I felt physically ill. So I was just trying to, keep it together.
It couldn't have been that bad.
Oh, no.
No, it was. And I don't understand how. I'm really worried because if that's his signature dish, right? It's cold in the center.
Yeah.
It wasn't even cooked all the way through. If that's his pride and joy, then what does everything else taste like? I'm completely terrified to think about that being inflicted on another woman.
I feel like the second date has turned into a Yelp review.
Yeah.
And you're just destroying him.
It's like Food Network right now.
Yeah, well, one of his friends needs to sit him down because they've clearly let him think that he's good at this.
Okay. Well,
Whoa.
Adrian, I do have to tell you that you kind of have already told him because he's actually on the other line listening.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. Jesse, you there?
You really didn't like it?
Oh my God.
I've made that for people and they love it. I don't understand.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Jesse, but they were just being nice to you because it tastes like trash.
Oh.
Wow.
That's disgusting. It's unconscionably disgusting.
Unconscious.
Are you
Jesse, nobody's ever told you that your food is bad before? The way Adrian is
No.
describing it, it's the worst thing on the planet.
Nobody has even said anything remotely like this at all.
Dude, Jesse, she is being so mean to you. Even if your food is that bad, I don't know why you're still, even being nice to her at all.
Well, if she's right and my cooking's that bad, I can't fault her for being upset about it.
but think of like
Nobody's told me this before.
Listen, someone needed to tell you, and someone's told you, so you can move forward now. I guess. You need a class. You need a class.
You said class? I thought you said slap.
I heard that.
I thought you were like, you need a slap. I was like, you want to physically assault him, Adrian?
No. I mean, maybe someone could, but no. I just take a class. You know, if you like to cook, you can get better. I'm sure you can. You can't cook for another woman like that. Like, you just can't. It's not right.
What if I just had an off night? Like, I just wasn't up to snuff. Maybe you just didn't like that particular recipe. What if we have a do-over and I make you baked ziti?
Ooh.
No, absolutely not. No do-overs. No, like, if you can't cook a casserole to warmth in the center, that's basic cooking skills. That's common sense.
Adrian, you should be on one of those cooking shows as a judge.
Yes.
Like, you are perfect for it.
I just know good food, and I know what I like, and it's important to me.
Okay, well, at this point, I need to ask you anyway. Would you like to go on a second date with Jesse? We will pay for it.
The only way I would ever go out with Jesse again is if he took a cooking class and he completed it, and I viewed the certificate with my own two eyes.
Wow.
Well, why don't we take one together? Then you know firsthand that I've gotten better.
No, I'm not taking the class with you because I don't need it, frankly. You take the class, you show me the certificate, maybe we can talk.
Whoa.
So I can call you after I take this class?
Oh, Jesse, come on.
Get a spine, man. Say no.
Yes, you can call me after you take a cooking class. We'll see.
Hey.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll go
Jesse.
take a cooking class.
Come on, man. Like, really? You're going to go take a whole class and everything and show her a certificate just to get a second date?
Well, she's made a lot of good points. I mean, nobody else has told me this. At least she's upfront and honest with me about it.
Yeah, but she doesn't care about like the time, the energy, the effort you put into the night.
I mean, if I'm that bad, then yeah, I mean, I guess she has a right to be upset.
Thank you. At least you're open to improvement. You know, like, if you want to be better, then that's something I can get on board with.
Well, there you go. I think this is kind of a successful second date, sort of.
It's so weird.
I mean, they always say, like, in couples, hey, you guys should make each other better. Doesn't matter if you do it by just degrading the other person until they do it. And that's what Adrian just did for Jesse.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for your time, you guys.
Thanks for the help. And if you guys know of any good cooking classes, let me know.
I'll have people text it in 78592. Where can Jesse find a good cooking class? Women like a man who's well-read.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
somebody who's very knowledgeable about the classics, like the Green Lantern,
No.
X-Men,
No.
Superman, things like that.
Comic books.
Yeah, they love it. Jesse is on the phone with us right now, and he's having trouble getting a call back from a girl named Adrian. Apparently, he thinks that his love for comic books might have turned her off. We'll get into that in a second. Jesse, how are you?
I wish I was doing better.
I guess, otherwise you wouldn't be doing a second date. So the girl who you want to call today, her name is Adrian?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us how you met her.
Well, we were both at a party like a month ago. She was gorgeous and seemed really cool. So we got to talking and we got to drinking. And before I left, I made sure I asked her out. And she said yes. And I asked her to come to my apartment because I wanted to cook her a meal.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, that was going to be your first date? Like, that's pretty intimate for a first date.
Well, I figured, we started talking about food and what she really liked. And then I mentioned that I like to cook. And it just kind of led from there.
That's awesome. So how did it go?
I thought it went pretty well. I make this really awesome chicken casserole. Like, it's my go-to dish.
Go-to dish?
A chicken
are you
casserole?
Are you a good cook?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard any complaints. I like to cook. My mom taught me to cook, and I made this chicken casserole for her. I made cocktails. We had candles. Like, I pulled out all the stops.
So you made it romantic. When she walked in, she knew, like, this guy is
That
putting
she was
effort in.
About to get. Get it on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but...
Or just have a nice dinner.
Make it that obvious.
Did anything like that happen on your date?
No.
Oh.
No, I was kind of hoping, but I got a hug at the end of the night. I didn't even get a kiss.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh.
Did she linger for a long time after dinner, or was it like, all right, good chicken, I'm out?
Well, we talked after dinner, and that's kind of when the comic book thing comes up, because she kind of noticed a couple things around my apartment, and I also wear a Green Lantern ring, and so she kind of asked me like that. She was like, "Oh, that's really cool. What is that?" And so I explained it to her. And
You wear it, hang on one second, Jesse. You wear a Green Lantern ring all the time?
yeah,
Why?
because I like comic books, and I like. It's a long story, but I mean, it has to do with Green Lantern and willpower, and I mean, it's not the nerdiest thing in the world.
It's up there. It's close. It may not be quite the nerdiest, but it's definitely in top 5.
All right. Well, she didn't think it was the nerdiest thing in the world. I mean, she thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I started showing her around my apartment, and then we get to what I affectionately call the Fortress of Solitude, where I have all of my collectibles and my comic books.
So you showed her your Fortress of Solitude and your comic book collection and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I take good care of that stuff, and it's all nice and mounted on walls and framed and all that good stuff. And
So it's put together. It's not like you're walking into a college dorm room where there's a bunch of comic books thrown around, some empty pizza boxes everywhere.
No. Like, I mean, I have shelves on the wall and signed books and things like that, and all that stuff, and everything's in cabinets. And
You're a legit enthusiast and a collector.
yeah, I mean, I've collected since I was a kid, so I mean, it's definitely something I'm passionate about. So I figured she's going to find out sooner or later, and I'm not ashamed of it. So I show her the room, and she kind of got quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought maybe, she's in awe of my collection. Kind of nodded a lot and just didn't seem that thrilled by it.
Really?
And then conversation got a little bit more strained after that.
How
Really?
so?
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, before, it was just, back and forth, oh, yeah, you like that? Oh, that's cool. And whereas then it just got kind of weird.
Yeah, sort of just putting the brakes on everything like Superman in a room full of kryptonite. Am I
Nice
right?
analogy, bro.
That's a good reference, yeah.
Why do you think that your comic book collection would have turned her off, though?
I mean, if I had just things strewn around or I was running around in, like, Superman underwear, yeah, I guess that could be a thing. But it's something I'm passionate about. I take care of it, and I have a nice place. So that's the only thing I can think of that may have weirded her out.
I mean, I think that women appreciate a guy who definitely has interests, but if you take it to like an OCD level, or maybe she thinks you're immature.
Well, I mean, it's not like I play with the toys that are in there. I mean, they're all on shelves.
You do wear a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, but I mean, it's legit jewelry. It's not like I'm wearing a plastic thing I got.
Okay.
It's legit jewelry.
So that's the only thing you can think of from your date, though, is that she might have been turned off by your love for comics.
Yeah, I mean, everything else seemed to go well. She liked the food I made. She enjoyed the wine and all that good stuff. So
how many times since your date have you tried to get a hold of her?
I've sent her text messages. I mean, and she'll kind of respond back with, like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm just really busy. But then when I mention, hey, let's hang out or let's get together, I get the silence.
Nothing back. I think that means she doesn't want to go out again. But I'm not a genius. I can't pick up on that stuff very well. That's why we'll play a song, we'll come back and call her and get your second date, okay?
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yep, just hang on.
Usually for second dates, I look through all the emails that we get and I'll choose the most interesting date story or someone with a unique name to call.
Totally.
Yeah, hopefully you don't pick the most boring one.
Yeah.
But
Something that
today,
people will remember.
I think I just chose this one because I'm hungry.
Oh, man.
what?
Jeff.
Because one of our listeners, Jeremy, says he owns a local cafe.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, I said, let's call that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We would want to get free
Dude,
breakfast.
I need a homie
Hungry.
hookup, all right?
So-
On some pancakes.
Yeah, Jeremy, if we do this for you, could we get a friend's family discount at your place or what?
Absolutely.
All right.
right.
It's official.
I'll even throw in one of my world famous cinnamon rolls for you guys.
I
Oh.
love cinnamon rolls.
Did you say 1 or 4?
Oh, well, they may be the huge ones.
For you, I'll give you a 5.
Okay.
Hey, all right.
No
I love
quiz,
this
bro.
guy.
No,
All
that's,
right.
that's 2 for me.
So let's get into this. Jeremy, tell us about the person you want us to call today. What's their name?
Anna is her name.
Okay.
Anna, okay.
Okay, go for it. Where did you meet her?
Well, she actually came to the cafe.
Oh, do you make it a habit of dating your clientele?
Absolutely not. It's bad for business.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, if we break up, then I don't get any repeat customers.
Yeah, and she'll tell her friends, like, do not eat there.
So what made Anna break the mold for you?
Well, she actually had something wrong with her order.
Oh,
She
no.
had made a substitution, and then there was just, sticky finger with the waiters. It happens sometimes.
Sticky fingers? What do you mean? He stole some of her breakfast? I don't understand what you mean like that.
6 strips of
Or
bacon.
he literally put down a plate with syrup all over his hands.
Yeah, sorry. He punched the wrong button.
Oh, he rang in the wrong.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
When he put in the
That's fair.
substitution.
Okay. So
That's
just a little
no,
human
that's-
error. I
yeah,
got you.
That happens.
Okay, so she complained about that, and what happened next?
Well, I came out to kind of resolve the issue and apologize and just make sure that everything was taken care of, customer service.
Yeah.
Wait, did she escalate it to that level, though? Can I just ask you?
She didn't escalate it, but when I saw how cute she was, I decided a manager probably should handle that one.
Oh,
I see.
I see.
Gotcha. All right. So
Okay.
how did that interaction go?
It was fine. It wasn't really a big deal. I actually even gave her a free cinnamon roll.
Oh, lucky.
Dude, you're just handing
Yeah,
these bad
you know.
boys out.
That's right.
See?
You complained to the right person. I know a guy. He actually owns the place.
Yeah.
Oh, oops, it's me.
Pretty people even eat free.
Yeah.
So how did you turn that into a date, though?
Well, she thanked me for giving her the free cinnamon roll, and we kept talking for a minute. She just said that she started working in the area, and I offered to show her around since I've been there forever. And
Nice, bro.
And she took you up on that?
yeah, I was going to show her around and got her a coffee even.
Ooh.
So I got her number.
Nice.
That's the most
Nice.
important part.
Okay, that was an awkward way to get to it. Yes.
Okay. The point is, you got it done.
Yeah, you got it done.
You gave her enough free stuff that she gave you her number. Here's a coffee, here's cinnamon roll. What else? Here's a fork. Like, what can I?
And the thing is, as someone who has been new to a city where you don't know anyone, you will literally call whoever gives you a phone number.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it's just like anyone hang out with me. I can't be choosy right now. I mean, I don't mean to knock you, but I assume she called.
Yeah, we met up a couple days later.
Nice.
Okay. What'd you end up doing?
Yeah. It was like mid-morning. I left the cafe and we just kind of walked around and just showed her around some places. It was pretty cool. And then it got to lunchtime, so I offered to buy her some lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that was great, but she lived nearby and we should just pick it up and go eat it on her balcony.
Oh,
damn. You got the invite?
Invite, yep.
Nice on her,
Dude.
too. Look at this vibe.
daytime even.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. I didn't really know how to handle myself, and you could tell sometimes I'm a little awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds
it's
like you
cute.
really like her.
Yeah, it's endearing. I mean, it's endearing to be a little awkward.
Well, I'm glad somebody finds it endearing.
Okay. So how was her balcony?
It was nice. It was good. She kind of gave me the tour of her apartment. The balcony was cool.
Good.
What else did she show you? Did she show you anything else at lunchtime?
Oh, my God.
Wow, Brooke.
Oh,
No?
It's
well,
not
after-
cute when you say it like that.
Afternoon delight.
I wasn't trying to go there. Like when we got to like, here's my bedroom. I was like, okay, so what is the move here? What's happening exactly? I was trying to pick up on
You
everything.
just go jump in.
Awkward.
All right,
so...
get in, silly.
Look at your bed looks too made. Let's try to undo that.
That's a good
Oh
line.
my gosh.
He is awkward.
I wasn't trying to make it romantic, but that was in the air, So
Yeah.
So what happened? Did anything happen?
no, I awkwarded my way back over to work.
Oh,
There was no kiss or anything?
No.
Oh.
That's okay. That's okay. It's a daytime first date,
Little tease.
These
And she-
first
Okay.
dates are, a little more friendly.
All
yeah,
right.
but she
Yeah.
honestly trusts you. Like, she just met you, and she's bringing you back to your place, showing you her bedroom. Like, that is something.
Yeah. I mean, and there was definitely flirty vibes, but it wasn't quite to the point where anything was really going to happen that day.
Got it.
Okay.
So, before I left, though, I asked her, I was like, we should get dinner sometime. And she was like, yes.
So has dinner happened, or is that not happened yet?
No.
Hmm.
I've been trying to get her to, nail down a time, and she's just not even really responding.
Whoa.
Oh, that's weird.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I know, because it's like, how could you have more plans when you are brand new to a city?
Right.
Well, let's try and figure this out. We're going to play a song. You bake us some scones, and then when we come back, we'll call Anna for you, and we'll try and get you your second date, all right?
Jam.
Can I order a side of bacon?
Oh, yeah.
Side of
Can we
bacon.
get some bacon too, man?
Oh, and I'd like 3 poached eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can have them on my balcony.
Okay.
Sweet talker.
Pretty and funny.
All right. We're going to do it right after. On a first date, we all want to hear those 5 magic words. Want to see my balcony?
Well, sir, how big is it?
Yeah, maybe take a peek in the basement afterwards.
Hey, nice.
Whose basement?
Let's go.
I don't.
We'll look at all the basements.
Just hold your breath in the basement.
All right.
That's what Jeremy's date Anna said to him. Not the basement stuff, the balcony.
Okay.
Yeah.
After they had a nice date walking around the city. He says nothing overly romantic happened back at her place because he had to get back to work, but he did feel like there was chemistry. And now, ever since, she's been blowing him off. And this is a very important call to all of us, not only because we care deeply about Jeremy's love life, but also because if we get him a date, he promised to send us free food from the cafe he
Yeah,
owns.
We're so hungry.
So guys, A game here.
Yes.
Don't screw it up like we did the last 7 calls.
He sells cinnamon rolls. I understand what's on the line, Jeffrey.
yeah.
Okay.
Did we sum it up there pretty good, Jer?
Yeah, nailed it.
All right.
Okay. How are you feeling right now?
I'm a little nervous, but, I'm really curious. I really want to know why.
Let's do this. I'm ready to go. We're going to call Anna here, and we're going to try and get you your second date, get you back up to her balcony. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Here we go. I'm dialing her number right now.
Hello?
Hey, is this Anna?
Yes, this is Anna.
Hey, Anna. My name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. What's the reason for calling?
We're calling because we do a segment on the show called The Second Date. Have you ever heard of anything like that before?
No, I haven't. Sorry, I don't know who you guys are. I just moved to this area, and I haven't even listened to the radio.
Oh, that's a
one
good
time.
point.
Lots of areas, so
We're-
that's offensive.
That's okay. We're the welcome crew. We'd like to welcome you to the area.
Yes.
Yes.
Heard that you've
Oh,
made
yeah.
quite the impact already, so
Yeah.
good job on you.
We're welcoming you on behalf of our good friend Jeremy, who you met recently. Do you remember Jeremy?
Jeremy? Yeah.
He works at a cafe.
He owns it.
Yeah, I know Jeremy. I'm just a little confused about why you're calling.
Well, Jeremy asked us to reach out to you because he says you guys hung out and he had a great time and he was thinking you might see each other again, but he's been having a hard time getting a hold of you and he's not really sure why.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna see him again, so
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
What did he do?
Darn it.
Listen, I have been new to a city where I knew no one, and I would always call everyone back just to beg them to hang out with me.
Especially if they buy you food.
Yeah, like he seemed really cool. He's a little awkward, but like I felt like he was awkward in an endearing way. You didn't get that?
no, I mean I definitely got that, and I had a good time hanging out with Jeremy, but there was okay. So I've been to his cafe twice, and I met him there the first time, and then we hung out a little bit, and then I actually stopped by a few days after that just to say hi, but he wasn't there, so I ended up ordering a cinnamon roll.
Can I ask, is that detail important to your story or
Just a humble brag.
I know, I'm already so hungry right now, and
I
if you
know.
describe a cinnamon roll to me, I might lose it.
Just rub it in.
That's when I realized that the one that I ate the second time was really different from the one that I had a few days before.
okay? I mean, that can happen when they make handmade cinnamon rolls places.
The dough is different or something.
What does this have to do with Jeremy, though?
Are you a food critic?
No, I'm not a food critic. I understand that question, but I have to give some background first because his cafe has been in his family for generations.
Cool.
Oh.
And so we were talking about them when we hung out, and I shared that my grandma Margaret, she made these great cinnamon rolls, and I know that his cafe is kind of known for cinnamon rolls, so I showed him my recipe book because it was right there in my kitchen. And when I went back a few days later, I realized that he was making my family cinnamon rolls. They tasted exactly like my grandma Margaret.
So
hold on.
wait,
No.
slow down. You're saying
you're accusing him of something
He's
now.
a cinnamon roll thief, guys.
Yeah, essentially.
this is a stretch. This feels like a stretch
Are
to
we
me.
reading this the right way? You're saying that you think Jeremy stole your grandma's cinnamon roll recipe and started selling it at his cafe.
Look, I can't explain it, but like the cinnamon roll that I had the first time was completely different than the second cinnamon roll that I had, and it tasted exactly like my grandmother's.
Wow. I remember my grandma's cinnamon rolls too. I mean, you can tell. If
Dude,
you've been
how
eating them your
messed
whole
up is
life.
that he is taking his family's recipe and just throwing it in the trash for another family's
better
recipe?
one?
Well, hold on. We don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, the whole thing is crazy.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I kind of believe it too.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's ask. Jeremy, did you steal her grandma's recipe for cinnamon rolls?
Oh, that's right. He's.
Oh my God, he's on the phone.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anna, sorry. I need to tell you, he's on the other line listening. He wants to talk to you.
Oh my God.
I am so sorry that this is happening right now.
Wait, is that because you're caught?
No, I didn't steal the recipe. I made a
Okay.
batch, and I gotta say, the recipe was so good that it kind of influenced me. So I kind of made an homage to her grandma's recipe.
Oh, you're trying to. You're
Anna, you
combined
were
them?
right. You were right, Anna.
I blended a couple of the elements together, a little more nutmeg here. A pinch of salt was kind of an interesting choice, and it really brings out some
Okay,
flavor.
you didn't steal from her. Anna inspired you. Or I guess Anna's grandma inspired you.
Truly, it was an inspirational.
No,
Whatever.
no. Here's the thing. If it was on the up and up, you would have said something. You would have asked her. You would have told her, right, Anna?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to do like some experimentation, you do that at home and not your place of business where you're selling the recipe like that. I really can't believe you just admitted that.
That's actually true. He's making money.
I wanted it to be a surprise for you.
What?
Then why didn't you tell us about that?
Yeah.
I wanted to tell her first. I hadn't gotten her on the phone yet.
Oh, come on. I don't know.
So this was supposed to be nice?
I didn't even think that would factor in at all.
Okay, well, tell her what you were going to say to her if you talked to her in person then.
Well, I was just going to let her taste it for herself and see her reaction and then be like, your grandma's recipe? And then like kick off a conversation about it and have some fun with it.
You're so making all this up right now, dude.
Anna, are you buying this?
No, I feel like it's really weird that you made it at your restaurant and like, Jeremy, I thought you were a nice guy, but like we just met like this.
Okay, well,
It's just,
I'll stop using it. I thought it was kind of
Oh.
cute. I don't know.
I mean, what would have been cute is if we had like a cinnamon bake-off in our homes for like a date, but like,
That is cute.
Yeah, but you can't make any money off that.
All right. I definitely see your point, and I'm sorry. It was probably a silly move to bring it to the restaurant first.
Good move.
Yeah.
Good move, Jeremy.
mean-
He's turning me, Anna. He's turning me onto his side.
I want to
You're just
stand.
hungry.
Yeah.
I want to stand
just
up for
want
Jeremy
one.
because
No,
he seems
I'm
like a
with
pretty
you.
genuine guy. Apart when he's not stealing grandma's recipes,
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
Oh, come on.
He's stealing from
I
grandma.
actually kind of believe him,
Can
Anna.
you get lower than that?
Anna, he said he would stop using the recipe. And I mean, he may have tried maybe to do something nice for you.
maybe there's a way that you can be involved in this, Anna, where he names it like Granny Margaret cinnamon rolls, and then Anna gets a little portion from every cinnamon roll sold.
Or they can donate to a charity, like $1 per roll or something.
No, you don't get any money donating to charities. Trying to make them money.
I like the charity
Guys,
aspect.
they just met and you want them to do
No.
a business
Well,
together?
If you're donating to charity, just send them over to the radio station then. Will we?
So what do you think, Anna? I mean, it's a lot to go into business with a man you just met in a city that you're
yeah.
new to.
Yeah.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Like, I don't think I would want to go into business. Like, I'm not trying to sell my grandmother's cinnamon rolls, but I do appreciate the explanation because I was
Okay.
just kind of too weirded out to ask about it.
Cinnamon rolls aside, did you feel like you connected with Jeremy? Because that's what this whole phone call is about. We'd like to send you guys out on another date, and we'll pay for it.
I would love to take you out again. I'll never do anything with your grandmother's recipe without your approval. And I mean, I just appreciated you sharing that with me. It was kind of like a nice intimate moment between, generations of recipe passers, like it's,
Aw.
this
I'm so
guy's
sorry.
good.
He is.
Come on, Anna. One more shot. If there's more red flags, you can dump them then.
He's just another man that appreciates a nice toasty set of buns. And in
Amen.
that spirit, Please, Anna, give him one more shot.
Okay, yeah, I will.
Yes!
Look at that.
Thank you.
We did it! We're getting free breakfast, everybody!
Breakfast! 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 Dude, now we gotta try the cinnamon roll.
Yeah, Jeremy, we'll take 20.
You guys gotta pick which kind you want, grandma's or mine.
Oh!
Little bit of both.
Yeah, you said you weren't making grannies anymore.
Uh-oh, busted, I guess.
Welcome back to the timeless love story, Rompless in Seattle.
I love this movie.
Starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan,
Oh.
two star-crossed lovers. Sorry, this doesn't sound right.
It doesn't.
Why? I
Can you just stop
liked
the
it.
music? Can you stop it? Sorry.
What's going
I messed up. It just didn't feel good. Let me try it again, okay?
Okay.
Welcome back, kittens,
What?
Whoa.
to Rompless in Seattle.
Hey!
Starring Tom Wanks
Oh, Tom Winks.
and Meg Ryder.
Oh,
Hey, all right.
Wow.
This
If you're
is
under 18, tune away
Yeah.
right now.
This is the story that everybody wanted to hear. Oh, okay, you know what? Cut the music again.
Oh,
It's not
I like
working.
that one too.
It's not working. I'm
Dude.
just gonna recap normal, okay?
Oh, okay.
I can't.
People were really into that one.
Well,
I liked it.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe we'll do an X-rated version of the show later. But
Okay.
if you're just tuning in, one of our listeners, Jen, showed up 20 minutes late to her date with a guy named Tim. Shortly after that, she found out he was a mechanic and asked him to take a look at her car, which was apparently having issues. And Tim, being a nice guy, actually did. And she's worried it may have killed the vibe of the date.
Yeah.
Because now he's ghosting her.
Right.
And not in the Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore kind of way.
The hot way.
No, just the normal sad way. So she needs our help. Jen, did we miss anything with your date there?
No, he's just like, he's a really nice guy and I want to date him.
So wait,
Aw,
that's sweet. It is
cute.
sweet. I don't know that we asked. Have you tried to contact him? Like text or
Yeah. Yeah, I've reached out and he hasn't really responded.
Did you when you texted him, was it all about your car or were you asking him to see you again?
I might have mentioned it, but I didn't ask him to do anything, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Me and my car miss you.
Yeah. Well, let's just give Tim a call and we'll not talk about car stuff. We're just going to focus on getting you another date. You ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I'm looking to speak with a guy named Tim.
this is Tim.
Are you
Are you-
asleep?
You
Tim?
okay?
Are you a small mouse?
How come there's several people on this call? What is this?
Oh,
We're a morning radio show. It's called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Okay.
Is this a bad time?
No, what's going on? What's up?
Well, we're doing a segment on our show called A Second Date. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can reach out to our show and we'll call that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
Okay? And so you recently went out with a woman who had a great time with you, and now she's hoping to get back in touch, but she's been having trouble reaching you. Her name's Jen.
Ah, yes, Jen. I do know Jen.
Yeah,
That's good.
Jen realizes that she probably didn't give like the best first impression on the date.
Yeah.
Or second impression or third impression.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very true statement right there.
Yeah.
She feels bad.
Yeah. She told us about how everything played out, that she showed up late and that she asked you to go look at her car. And she's remorseful about how that played out, but she's hoping that you'll give her another shot.
I don't know. I don't know.
She really liked you, Tim, and she realizes that it may have come off as like she was trying to use you for free car mechanic labor, but that isn't the case.
Yeah, I don't know if I would totally agree.
Uh-oh.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just like the date was going pretty good for a while. You know, it seemed like we had things in common. Like we were talking about books and video games and stuff. But like as soon as I mentioned the fact I'm a mechanic, it was like the conversation just flipped instantly, and like that was all what the conversation was about. It was about her and her car.
Oh, geez.
I mean, I can see how that would be a frustrating thing, but it sounds like from what she told us, there's a lot of problems with her car. So maybe it was just a top of mind situation.
Yeah, can you blame her?
Well, it was just weird. I mean, like, sure, I'll look at your car, and it was like dinner almost ended like instantly as soon as they said that. It felt like it ended way too early. She's like, "You have cash?
Really?
You could just pay for this right now." We didn't even like wait for her to get money back. It was almost like abrupt ending to the dinner. It was so fast.
So she threw her cash on the table and ran out and was like, "This is it. You can fix it. The check engine light's been on."
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like that. It wasn't as drastic as like actually running out of there, but like, you know, as soon as we got to her car, like the moment we walked up, I was like, I knew I had made a mistake, and it was like the thing was totaled. Like I didn't know what to do. I told her it shouldn't even be on the road.
What?
Whoa!
What do you?
Yeah, what do you mean totaled?
Like the wheel was kind of wobbly, and like the tail lights had been smashed in. It was like she had been in a pretty serious wreck, and she was trying to tell me how one of her friends said, you know, it's probably just something that can get done with a few repairs. But I'm like, what? I'm pretty much an expert on this stuff. I've been doing this for a while. I'm like, that's a totaled car. Like your car is done.
You can't throw
around with a neck brace on.
Yeah.
Not what you want to hear.
The bumper is just gone.
And I was just trying to be honest with her when I said that I couldn't help. And this is like, things just started getting weird then, because then her voice started raising, and she was like trying to tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about, and how like her friend was saying that it was totally repairable. And it was just like, whoa, take a chill pill here. I'm just trying to be a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, give you my professional advice.
Well, do you think, I mean, maybe it wasn't that she was reacting to you. It was just like really shocking for her to hear that, maybe?
Yeah, I feel like as a mechanic, you must hear stuff like that all the time whenever you give people bad news about their car.
Well, totally. I mean, we do, but that wasn't even the end of it. Like, on top of that, she was insistent on borrowing my car.
What?
I'm like, are you serious right now?
Wait, hold up.
For where?
Yeah, what did she say?
She didn't even, she's like, hey, you got to at least let me borrow your car so I can get around for a bit.
What?
That night right there, she wanted to borrow your car?
Yeah.
This girl is genius.
Genius.
Wait, was she joking? I mean, that had to have been a joke that maybe you just didn't read right.
No, I mean, it wasn't a joke at all. She said to me, you're a mechanic. You have access to lots of cars. You can just drive one of those for a few days.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you, I feel bad asking, but did you let her?
No, I did not. But I did get her a tow truck because I am a nice guy and I had AAA. So I was like, the least I can do is not let this girl drive in this thing again because this thing is like messed up.
Wow.
So wait,
Why took her car away from her?
Well, it wasn't good to drive, Alexis.
Yeah.
It was falling apart. It was in danger on the road.
Sounds like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
All right, Alexis.
Tim, when we spoke to Jen, she never told us the back end of that story. She just said that you looked at her car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the truth of it. I mean,
Oh, boy.
That is so crazy. What is she, like, does she really want to date with you then? Now I'm even questioning her motives.
Well, maybe we should ask her because I need to tell you, Tim, that Jem's been on the other line listening and she wants to talk to you.
Hi,
are you kidding me? Like, that's, hi, Jen.
Look, I guess I'm sorry that you felt used, but, like, I don't even understand what you're so upset about.
Whoa.
I was just asking for help.
You weren't just asking for help. I mean, you were basically, it felt like you were demanding to use my car and like, instructing me on how to do my own job.
Like, you just said, like, I'm in this undrivable car, and you're, like, an expert.
Yeah.
And I have you in front of me, and I'm not going to ask you, like, hey, can you look at this? Like, and then, I asked to borrow your car because it's, like, 10:30 at night. What do you want me to do, like, walk around at night by myself? You just told me that I shouldn't be behind the wheel of this car.
Yeah, I could have gave you a ride home instead of you borrowing my car.
I just thought you had, like, options for other vehicles, and if you could help me out, why wouldn't you want? You know, we just had, like, a great date.
Well, Jen, when a plumber comes to your house to fix a broken pipe, they don't stay at the plumber's house while they fix it for you.
Well, I wasn't dating a plumber, okay? I was on a date with a mechanic.
No, that's not my point.
And you're on a date. Like, he owes you nothing. You're
Dates are like friends, and friends help you do things.
You're not friends yet. You're not friends yet. It's one date. You don't get that. He doesn't.
I feel like he did help. He
No.
paid for a tow truck.
It's a very entitled thing to do, to assume that this guy should loan you his car.
Yeah.
I just
It's
thought
like a
he seemed really
business
nice and
transaction.
helpful. I don't understand what the big deal is. I was going to say we could just keep dating, but I don't even know if I want to anymore.
Oh,
wow.
I don't know that option was on the table.
Yeah. Really,
Tim?
It sounds like you overstepped, Jen.
Maybe as long as you stop texting me about your car issues, I don't need to update, you know?
Oh, you're still doing that?
I told him it was still not going great.
He's assuming I actually wanted to know the update.
I thought you were a nice guy, and you're acting like such a jerk right now. Like, all I needed was some help. Like, you're making it such a huge thing that, like, oh, you're a mechanic, and I asked you for advice. Like,
She has a point.
Well, sorry to say, if I'm such a big jerk, I guess you don't need to reach out to me anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not wrong.
I mean,
You're
Tim,
not wrong.
you have to ask yourself, am I car shaming her right now?
I mean, I think she did a good job of car shaming herself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
I mean, the conversation isn't going great right now, but I still
Yeah.
need to ask, Tim, would you like to go out on a second date with Jen? We will pay for it.
I'm going to have to say no, thank you.
Shocking.
Oh, man, I felt that
Shocking.
chemistry.
I know.
Oh,
And
Okay.
how would Jen get there anyway? She doesn't have a
Yeah,
car.
that's a good point.
Uber.
How about this, Tim? Would you be willing to give Jen a friends and family discount on fixing her car?
I mean, if her car was actually fixable, then yes, but the thing it's a piece of junk.
It's fine. I'll take it to a real expert.
Totaled. Everyone's going to tell you that.
Sounds like your friend is one, so just take it right over to your friend.
We've heard about hundreds of dates on this show, and I can tell you, based on everything that we've learned, the single sexiest thing a woman can do on a date
Okay.
is be prompt.
What? So you're going to say, like, be herself, be confident.
No, show up on time.
Oh.
You can't spell prompt without romp. That's not an accident. They did that on purpose. Actually, 4 out of 5 relationship experts say if your legs are in the door on time, they'll be in the air 3 hours later.
Hey, all right.
Is that the secret?
Yeah, I read it. That's the experts saying that.
Okay, wow.
Well-
the experts have gotten very naughty.
There's some saucy experts out there. Unfortunately, for one of our listeners, Jen, she was not prompt during her first date.
Oh,
Legs
God.
on the ground the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah, so unattractive.
So, of course, she went rompless, and now she needs our help. So, Jen, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Tell us about the guy that you were not prompt for. What was his name?
His name is Tim. I met him online.
Okay.
He's really cute.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, how late were you to this date?
I wasn't that late, like 20 minutes. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
That's late enough to be like
if you give a heads up, did you give him a heads up?
Well, that's kind of a funny thing. So I was driving there, and he texted me and said, I'm here, and I'm running really late. And I, like in my head, I responded to him, and I texted him back.
In your
I
head.
guess I didn't do it with my phone. And I got there, and he was walking out of the restaurant.
It's not a good look.
I said, where are you going? And he was like, I thought you stood me up. And I said, but I texted you. And he showed me his phone, and he's like, no, you didn't.
Oh, my God.
That is embarrassing.
Dude, I understand that, though. I do that all the time where I respond to people and then I didn't actually type it out.
Or worse, you type it out and then you don't hit send.
Right, either way. And, like, you're frantic because you're late. So you're like, I don't have time to respond to this.
It's like in your
Exactly.
draft folder. Oh.
What did Tim say when that happened?
I mean, he was cool about it. He said, yeah, okay. And so we still went in and had dinner together.
That's really nice. That's got to be a pretty good guy if he's willing to look past that.
Was he able to reset his attitude, though? Because I assume if you're walking out of a
Yeah.
restaurant thinking that you're stood up, you're in pretty bad mood.
Yeah.
No, he was super nice. We had a great conversation. I mean, the one other thing that was kind of weird, I guess, was I didn't know that he's a mechanic. I learned that through the course of conversation. So I have been having some issues with my car.
Oh.
And I asked if he could just take a look at it for me.
Oh, wow.
You don't ask someone to do their job on the date. That's like asking a comedian to tell you a joke. It's
I
like,
mean, I can't blame you though. Take the help.
Oh,
You
okay.
get it. I mean,
but wait.
But you're already 20 minutes late to the date. You show up, you find out that he's a mechanic, and then you're like, hey, by the way, while we're here.
Will you check the dipstick?
Yeah,
for me?
go check under the hood.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think I just think it was a big deal. And he was nice about it. And he did, and we walked down the street, and we looked at my car.
Wow,
Did-
he's
now, wait.
really nice. He's really nice.
Or maybe he really wanted to. So there is a chance that he wanted to show off what he knows. You know, like he could see it as his opportunity to be like, "Oh, cool, I
I'm
can
a
help
manly
her."
man.
Totally, like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
This
you guys sure know how men think.
I don't know. I'm just trying to be positive here. Like, was he the one that suggested to walk to your car and look at it?
I mean, he agreed to.
Oh, he agreed to. Yeah, okay, that's different. Yeah.
He told me there was like a lot of stuff wrong with my car, which I guess I should have known. And then I asked if I could like bring it by his shop.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Now this is a business transaction.
Totally.
It's not a date anymore.
You're
It doesn't
taking.
feel like it.
She's taking all the romp out of prompt. You're
She
right. There's no
is.
sexy in that.
Oh no. Okay, so
Now it's just port.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a different.
so he looked at your car
Yeah.
and then and told you there's a lot of problems and that you need to bring it in. How did this night end?
Well, he kind of said like, I don't know, I have to check my schedule at, their business. And
That's a no.
I was like, okay. And then he just kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It just like fizzled out. Like he seemed disinterested, and so we just kind of like left.
It fizzled out in the room too just now.
There
Like,
was
we
an
all-
opportunity there, Jen. You check under my car's hood. Maybe you can check under some other hoods after that.
There you go.
That's not much
No,
better.
I don't think
It's
that
not.
he doesn't want to trade that
Yeah.
for
I-
work.
Brooke,
I mean,
trust
he's
you
not
you do not understand how men think.
Hey, it's making a weird noise.
I don't
down
think
there.
that's right.
I've never heard my friends talk like this.
Honestly, though, Jen, I just think that you should have just left that out.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't
Yeah.
mix. I mean, for black, like it's a terrible cliche thing to say, but like business and pleasure, they just don't mix together. You know.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think of it that way. I just thought, he's friendly and he'd want to help. I don't know.
And it's free, is what you were
That's
thinking.
what you
He'd
were
give me a
thinking.
good deal.
Yeah, sure.
So have you tried to reach out to Tim after the date happened?
I have, and he just like hasn't even really responded.
Yeah.
He gave me like a one-word answer once, and it stinks because I really think he's a nice guy, and I had a really great time, and I don't know. I'd love it if you guys could help me get like a redo.
Yeah,
All
I think
right.
you deserve. I think you need a redo. I hope you've learned from your mistakes.
Yeah, focus
Yeah.
on him, not on your car.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll play a song.
For today's second date, Jeff is on the phone with us. He's a Southern gentleman who just moved here. Met a girl online. They went out to dinner. Nothing really crazy about dinner. Said they had a good time. The only thing that happened, and is the reason that he thinks he's not getting a call back, is that during dinner he realized that he forgot his wallet in her car because she had to drive because his car isn't here yet. So he asked for the keys, went out to the car, grabbed his wallet, came back in and still paid for dinner. But he thinks that might have been kind of weird
was
for
kinda
her.
hard.
It is kind of weird to be like, hey, first date, don't know you very well, but can I have your keys, please? So we're about to call her right now. Jeff, you ready to go for your second date?
I think so, yeah.
And
All right.
why do you want to call this girl? I mean, I just think if I was new to town, I'd want to date around a little bit.
I do want to date around, but I want to see her again first. I want to follow up with her and spend a little more time with her first.
Yeah, you're not trying to fall in love with her, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, who knows? That's kind of the whole point of dating, but I just want to see where it goes.
I guess you don't know unless you get a second date, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, gonna call her right now, get her on the phone, and see if we can find out why she's not calling you back.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Alana, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Alana, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning?
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
That's all right. There's a lot of people that don't know who it is. It's a radio show, morning radio show. How you doing?
Okay.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they wanted us to get a hold of you.
Okay. What's their name?
He's a Southern gentleman who just kind of moved to town. Do you know what I'm talking about? His name is Jeff.
Yes, I do.
He actually emailed us and told us a little bit about your date and is confused as to why you're not calling him back. So he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
I don't know. I just didn't really work.
You didn't really work?
The whole date was just weird. There were little things that happened the whole date, and it just didn't really go well.
Okay, can you put it so that we can tell him, can you describe in your own words the date then? Because it sounds like more happened than what he told us.
I mean, we're just really different, really, really different. I think during dinner, I went to use the restroom and I got back and I heard him pass gas.
At the table? Like, were you sitting back down or were you just coming up to the table? And
I was coming back to the table, and as I was sitting down, I definitely heard him pass gas.
Oh, bad timing.
So you were did he not notice that you were there yet and you were walking up and he farted?
Right, basically. He didn't say a single thing about it, and I just kind of sat there and thought, okay, well, I guess we'll just let this go.
Did you guys have that awkward moment where you both know that the other one farted and you kind of sit there in silence for a second, like, is somebody going to bring it up? And then you go,
I did, but he kind of seemed like it was totally fine.
Oh, but what is he going to say? I mean, you'd have to pretend like it didn't happen on your first date at dinner.
Yeah. Well, I kind of tried to just forget about it, but then we get to paying for the check, and he tells me that he thinks he left his wallet in my car and whatever. I mean, I get it. Like, maybe it just fell out of his pocket or something. So I gave him my keys and I was praying that he wasn't going to like steal my car or do anything. But he came back and he paid for the bill and everything, everything was fine. And then, I really thought maybe I would go out with him again. But then I got home and I was getting my bags and everything from my car, and I realized that the change in my change box in my car was completely gone.
No way.
Wait.
So you're accusing him of stealing the change out of your car?
100%.
Oh
no
my
Are you?
100%.
Really?
I had quarters in there. I know I keep my change there as like my little, thing where I just throw my change. It was completely gone.
Why
All I
would
could
you
think was that this hillbilly from the South took my change, stole from me. So I wasn't even gonna, he tried calling me, he texted me a couple times. I did not even want to respond. I don't even want to see him again. I don't want to hear from him. I can't even believe that, like, the audacity he would have to call a radio station knowing that he stole from me.
Oh, man.
You said you don't want to hear from him ever again.
Never again.
Okay, well, that's going to be tough because he's actually on the other line listening.
You actually noticed the change was gone for your car?
What is going on?
That's Jeff.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Alana, it's me. It's Jeff. I've been here the whole time.
I don't want to talk to you. Like, you know what you did. I don't want to talk to you.
Alana, don't you think you're being a little paranoid, accusing Jeff of stealing the change out of your car? I highly doubt that Jeff took the change out of your car.
I took it.
What?
You did?
You actually stole change.
Alana, just listen for a second. I mean, first off, it was a couple bucks, and it was a tip. It was a tip.
You actually stole it?
I checked my wallet. The cash was a little bit low.
This is a joke.
I needed a little extra for the tip. It was only a couple bucks. That's something I learned in the South. You tip good when you go out.
Yeah, but
Your own money.
I was going to pay it back on a second date. It totally slipped my mind to even mention it.
A second date? You really think I would go on a second date with you after you stole from me?
It's not stealing. I was borrowing it, and I was going to pay it back on the second date. We do that all the time in the South. It's no big deal.
you do, Jeff? Like, that's a common Southern thing to steal each other's car change and use it as a tip?
No, it ain't stealing. I'm not stealing nothing. I'm borrowing change. It's change.
Jeff, it's...
How often do you notice change in your car?
It's
I got
only...
change in my car. It's been there for a long time.
Oh, my God. It's only borrowing if you actually ask somebody for money and then tell them you're going to pay it back. You can't just take it.
I forgot.
Oh, my God. This is just all ridiculous. Jeff, I think you're a dumb hick.
Oh!
I don't understand why we're even having this conversation. I don't have any more time for this. Our conversation's done.
That was quick.
Oh, wow.
Jeff,
Damn.
you still there, man?
I don't get it. I was going to pay her back. It was a couple of bucks
Yeah, but
from a car that I was going to use for the tip.
But Jeff, you should probably ask before you do that, you know?
Look, man, it was my first date with her. I was nervous about everything else anyway, and I forgot. I forgot.
All right, well,
And
My advice to you would be next time, if you're ever in that position, don't steal somebody's cash from their car, man.
You know, you keep saying stealing. You know, I've heard it enough. I didn't steal nothing.
Hey, man, listen, I'm just telling you that you probably shouldn't take money from people's cars, even if it's like a Southern thing, like you said. It's definitely not done here.
Stop talking to me about all this. You DJ radio high school dropout. You don't know what the you're talking
Jeff,
about.
that's the first thing I will agree with you on. I am a radio host. I know that. Don't be so mad. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, well, a lot of help you are.
Did that just really happen?
We just got hung up on twice,
Wow.
which is impressive. And
Not
that
bad.
might be a first time for that.
I didn't even get to ask if they wanted to go on a second date. I guess I'll have to email them. See if I can get them to go out again. Well, I do declare I'm excited about today's second date.
You're a Southern woman?
We have a bona fide Southern gentleman on the phone, and I can't wait to talk to him. His name is Jeffrey. Most likely Jeffrey Beauregard. That's what I would think. His email said that he just moved to town from the South and is having trouble meeting ladies and finally found a date, and now she's not calling him back. Jeffrey, I say that is a travesty that would happen to you.
Well, yeah, you know, I got to agree with you, ma'am.
Oh, my God. He's actually batting his eyelashes at you right now, Jeffrey. You better be careful. He may drop a white glove on the ground any moment.
Well, you know, I got to tell you something. Where I'm from in the South, there ain't any women who talk like him or look like him anymore. So,
Way to just dash my dreams, Jeff. How you doing, man? Thanks for your email.
yeah, you know, I guess I'm doing okay, all things considered, except for this girl not calling me back. That's, you know, that's why I'm here.
How long you been in town?
Yeah, I've been here for a little over a month now, and I actually move around for work a lot. I've been all over the South, and you know, I'm kind of starting something new in here in the area, and so I like my morning shows. I'm trying to meet people and do stuff like that. So I heard you guys, and Jubal, maybe it was that inherent Southern charm you had in there.
Well, I do tend to connect with my Southern gentlemen, don't I?
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about the girl that you want to call today.
Her name's Alana, and you know, I think this story is it's just sort of typical, I guess. You know, we went out to a restaurant on a date. We met online because, you know, I'm new. I don't know anybody in this area, so I was going online, and so went out to a restaurant. Now she had to drive. Sort of a long story. My car is actually being shipped.
Okay.
I'm not going to go on all that, but
When you say car, I'm assuming you mean jacked up truck, right?
that's how it is in the South. We all got trucks.
And had you online dated when you lived in the South, or is this your first go round?
I've done a little bit before, you know, nothing
Okay.
too serious. Just, you know, this is it's a little embarrassing because, you know, I don't have my car, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm not usually the one that the girl has to come pick up. That was a little embarrassing for me, but, you know, she was cool. It didn't seem to matter to her.
You know what? No matter how progressive you think, it's always kind of weird whenever you're going out on a date. As a guy, you just feel like you should be the one picking them up.
Absolutely.
And I've gone on a couple dates like that when my car was in the shop or whatever. I was like, yeah, you want to go out? And she's like, sure. And I was like, well, you got to come pick me up. It's always kind of an awkward conversation for some reason.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt.
Did you make her get out of the driver's seat just so you could open the door for her?
No, I didn't do no. You know, I know where I am. I didn't try any of that stuff. So, but you know, I think I know why she's not calling me back. We went to dinner. It was fine. We talked, had a good time, but I didn't have my wallet on me. I realized it fell out in the car. So at the end of dinner, when I realized I was going to pay, because, you know, I at least do that much, and I realized my wallet had fallen out. So I asked for her keys to go look back in her car, and she kind of looked at me nervously, gave me the keys.
She probably thought you were about to steal her car because you read a lot of these news stories about people who go out on online dates that end up stealing somebody's car on a first date.
Oh, no, I've never read about that before. Is that a thing people do?
Oh, yeah, it is, dude. Go ahead and Google it. There's
No.
stories about it all the time.
I'm sure she just thought you were cheap, not that you were going to steal her car.
Yeah, I mean, we've been making jokes about how I was a fish out of water all night, so, you know, maybe she was thinking I was some weird serial killer
car thief person.
Yeah, I mean, it seems convenient when you're at dinner and you're like, oh, man, I left my wallet in your car. Can I borrow your keys, please? I'll be right back, I swear.
Yeah, that's exactly why I think she might not be calling me back. But I found my wallet pretty quick, came back, and I paid. And so after that, of course, she drove me home. That's weird again.
That's even weirder.
But at the end, we shook hands. It was the first date. I didn't want to kiss her, not on a first date. That's not how I was raised.
So can I ask you, did you offer your hand first, or did she offer the handshake?
I think I offered mine. Yeah, I offered mine first.
Okay.
That's weird.
Put her there.
So, at the end of the night, I just leaned over, shook her hand, and she smiled, and I was like, I think I said something like, this was a nice time, and I think, if you'll be hearing from me again, I hope I see you soon. Something like that.
And what was her response to that?
She said she had a fun time, and I said, can I call you again? And she said, sure.
And did you call her again?
I've only called once. I have texted like 3 or 4 times. But it's a little confusing because I know it was a little crazy asking for her keys and like that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I came back. I didn't steal her car. I didn't do nothing like that. And she said she had a lot of fun. So I'm just confused.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then find out if you got a second date or if you get ditched.
All right. Thank you.
All right, man. Hold on.